Hi. So to begin, I would like to say that your images have really good composition. There's really good elements in design as like the very bright colors and clean lines of that each photo possesses. So like even with these first ones, I like how the pool kind of like leads up to the subject, or like in these next ones, how the leaves kind of frame out and like you follow them down to look at her. I also like how there are a lot of like nice shapes in it. Like the leaves have a lot of nice shapes. It's not necessarily boring, and the photos don't really fall flat. Um, Also, I really like how the subject is not really like centered in any of these photos. She's always like, also it kind of follows like the rule of thirds. Like you never want your person to be placed directly in the center of a photograph, as that kind of could make it kind of boring. You really ignore part of it. So like there's really good balance, and I think the space is well used because it's like filled. There's not really blank space. Like even this right here is used by like the tree in the background, or like especially these have the trees in the background and like the leaves. Or again, the ones I'm really loving are at the top with all these colors and plants in the background. So yeah, there's really good depth in it. You can clearly tell what's in the foreground and the background of the photo. But overall, these are really good quality images. Like this is, you have like a really good camera. I don't know which took this one, but it was great because the color is really good. Like they're very clear, and that all plays into the idea of the assignment. And so I really think that enhanced and showed that you had a true understanding of the project. So it kind of gives me like a dreamlike positive vibe, like, oh, I'm going on this like journey, and especially like through a botanical garden, botanical setting. Then it kind of almost plays on the idea of like traveling through like a forest or a jungle or something. So I feel like that's the idea you were trying to tell, or just kind of like some kind of like good experience or positive memory you have with like a friend. Like maybe this is like one of your favorite days with one of your favorite people. So one of my favorite will probably be this image right here, because it looks like you're having a conversation, like you made this person laugh and you're like truly there with her. Or maybe in this one because it's like you were having something, she's waiting for you to respond. And like again, I really love the background in these first few photos. If I had to pick a weaker one, I would probably pick some, maybe I'll pick like one of these. There's not really much going on in the background here. Like here, it's just kind of lame. I mean, it is kind of nice actually, but it just looks a little staged. So it's not really conveying the story of like you being there with her. It's more of like you following her, or just being a photographer for her, as much as the first one did. Like you felt like you were there with the subject. So to improve these images, I would have more of like a journey with it, because it's like I do feel like I'm kind of reaching with the storyline here. If I'm not, then great, you did this assignment correctly. But it's just like a lot of the later photos don't feel as hyper realistic as some of the beginning ones do, because I don't feel like I'm there with the subject like I did in the beginning ones. But overall, good job.